All right, guys, Frontier brought the hype train today. They always do this to us on weird random days throughout the week. It's never like on a Friday evening or Saturday, kind of like when we're sitting around. It's always like on Tuesday mornings or Thursdays. But nonetheless, they made it a very interesting Tuesday morning, and I knew when all my regular nerds, Delaney Signer, Rudy, and all them started popping off all these videos at 7 a.m. this morning, I was getting ready for work, and I'm like, what the? And I knew that we were in for a pretty interesting day. And they did not disappoint. We've got seven new animal reveals, the New World Indian type of new little design features and scenery pieces, and a new scenario map that they took us to that's kind of like looks like it's on the banks of like this, this little Indian zoo. It's on the banks of this river. Really interesting stuff. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in, and we will kill the sound. We will kill the Frontier sound, and you and I will dump. We'll just try to do our little info dump here and see what we can spot. Hold on one sec. All right, guys, and we will jump right into this. We'll kind of skip forward, rewind, back, forth. We'll just kind of do a glancing overview of all this and let you spot out some really cool things in this reveal today. And these two awesome ladies on the screen right now, Bo on the left, Shantae on the right, they are like our lead Planet Zoo community managers if you're new here, and they hold the key to a lot of our answers. And if you need anything, they're really active on the forums. Lisa and Samantha that you see on the left, they're from the dev side of things. Probably won't interact with them as much as you would Bo and Shantae, but I've worked with both of them since the Planet Coaster days. Really accessible. Twitter, Instagram, the official forums. Anytime you need help with pre-order questions or any kind of Planet Zoo, Elite Dangerous, Planet Coaster, Jurassic World Evolution type questions, they are quick to find you an answer. And if they can't find you an answer, they're awesome about pointing you in the right direction, about getting you the answer you need. So definitely don't forget about Bo and Miss Shantae. And so those are your go-to community people for Planet Zoo. And now they're going to go ahead and they'll jump into this first panning shot. And we will just take it from here. The first things you're going to notice is the color. This Indian realm that they've got put together, it absolutely just pops right from this opening scene right here. Look at the reds and the purples, blue, green, it's all mixed together. Really cool yellows. Look at these, like the gables. I think they are going to just slam us with scenery. And I know at first to some of you guys, the scenery may seem overwhelming, but for the players like me that use scenery in a ton of different ways, like you guys are going to be floored to see what we're capable of in this. This is an awesome sight. Just to know how many options we're going to have, and how many, different ways we're going to be able to manipulate these pieces. Just look at that little stand over there, like that little, the archways. Like I said, the one thing that stands out the most to me here is the color. If you notice anything about Planet Coaster, it's a little more mundane, or as John Teet said, mundane. It is, but everything about this just pops. Look at all the lanterns and the different staffs, the poles, the statues, the stairs, everything. This gorgeous path tile down here, the little benches, everything is just screaming color. Let's let this roll. Glassed-in statues right there. Look incredible. Different lighting. One of the things they said, too, is you got the Cobra statue up there. See that over there off to the left? A concept artist designed this map for him, which I thought was really cool. So this wasn't just, just like a really quick put together kind of map. One of Frontier's concept artists actually sat down and made this. Look at the little island out there on the river. Really cool. And you'll notice the little peeps, the little guests are running here. That is because we have a Indian rhinoceros on the loose. And look at those trees and stuff back there. Like I said, I'm just going to have a field day. Check those trees out, the shrubbery, the temple, like the temple tower looking thing back there. Really, really cool. They're actually, this part, they're showing off what you need to do in the case of a rhino escaping. And remember what they said in the last developer journal, the only way to correct this issue is to actually call in a veterinarian. So you're getting the facility broke down warning up there off to the left. So the rhino fence is down and they are wandering around freely here. And here he comes running down the path. And he gets out his little dart gun here in a second, and I'll let you watch this flop over. Poop. So really quick, cool little animation on that. Falls over. There's our little donation boxes. They're pretty cool. I'm not sure about that little spinny thing. I wish you could maybe we can trigger that to just stop. Then of course they go in and show you reconnecting this electric fence and then reintroducing the animal to the habitat. And then the vet makes his way out. So really, really cool on that. It is a little more than just drag and drop. You have to get these vets in there and make sure the animals are taken care of properly. And let's see here. So we've got the rhino. Let's kind of get one more look. They're kind of jumping in here and showing us one of our newest little species here. I think that is a female. They click on her here in a second. Her name is Emberly. Yes, the pronghorn antelope, Emberly. Really, really cool name. Looks like I got some other types of, maybe some type of gazelle back there with a little horn. I'm not sure how you distinguish these from male from female. I was thinking the males would have horns, but that one back there with the horn didn't seem like a pronghorn. So I don't know, maybe we'll just have to kind of dive into our Zoopedia a little more. Looks like out there in the habitat they have them, definitely have them some cooling misters going. Obviously, we're in a desert type of biome. I love how back there, look at the very back, like top of my screen, how the temple walls back there, like the castle walls almost, are, essentially a part of the enclosure, how it stops them from going back there. And, of course, the invisible fence is back there, but just the whole thought of designing with that in mind, I think is really, really cool. And then, of course, the other cool part that they're showing off is the real-time terrain distribution and showing how you can kind of, tailor that to what the animals want in real time. So no clicking back and forth. You can literally just watch it. And then, of course, they've got their double-sided glass here to kind of help with the animal privacy. And so we'll go ahead and skip on. And we've got our boards tapir. There's these little weird little cute pig guys. Everybody was going crazy over these things. I even told Jonty, I'm like, man, everybody is losing their minds over these tapirs. And I'm like, these tapir. And I'm like, why? And Jonty's like, man, those are my favorite animals in a zoo. He's like, sure, you've got the elephants and the big cats and stuff, but he said, I love these little just little throwaway hooved little piglet animals. So there you go, Zuma, the Baird's tapir. So really, really cool on that. They show some different of the watering items, different enrichment items. And some people have told me today that when we were talking about this earlier, about the enrichment items being kind of small, well, people were saying in one of the previous builds, I think at the E3 build, there were a lot more enrichment items than what they're kind of shown in this. So this may just be tailored to this specific alpha build. That's stuff that I think the more will come and more can be switched up. And one thing too they were talking about is the enrichment items. It's better on the animals actually every couple of weeks if you will switch the items up. So they don't just get used to hitting around the same ball or playing with the same box. So that's pretty neat that the animals kind of like realize that kind of need to see new toys and experience new enrichment. I think that is an awesome bit of AI that's programmed into them. So yes, that is we've had our little look at Zuma there. I think the big electric fences may be a little much for these guys, but who knows? Maybe they're a little more aggressive than I'm giving them credit for. But yeah, so really, really neat. And like I said, I don't want to keep you guys here for 30 minutes, so we'll just kind of skip on ahead. And of course, if I'm blatantly missing anything that you guys notice, give me a shout. What they did is the Zuma in them were severely lacking on their foliage. So they've stopped and put a bunch of new trees and plants and stuff down for them. Now they're zooming back over to the other side of the park. And we have us a new little reptilian species here. And I think this is a incredible job on the animation. One big part on this, where they're kind of what they show off, is the water. You'll notice, like in those back panning shots, really murky. And remember, from past builds and past reviews, the water is something that you will have to take into account as far as getting murky. Like, see how dingy and stuff it is? Like they said, that will that affects the animals' happiness, that affects the guests' enjoyment. There's a lot of stuff that goes into that. And actually too, when they're showing these heat maps, yeah, you've got some dirty water on your hands here. So they go in and they show you kind of what you can place down and how the heat maps are kind of like affect, these gharials, and they speed it up here in a second as far as clearing the water up. But in game, like as far as in game time goes, if you let it get this bad, yeah, it takes a little bit of time to get that water clear on you, because you can see how murky it is right here. And then here in just one sec, they go and see they're placing down their little water treatment unit. Let you guys see that a sec. I'm sure you guys have watched the whole video, so that's why I think you're probably not going to have a big problem with me just kind of skimming through this and giving you my thoughts. I know we've all probably watched this 8 times and we've all dissected it, but it's still kind of fun to get in here and make these videos and especially get your all's reactions in the comments afterwards. Just like-minded nerds like you guys are with me, and kind of jumping in and just taking a look at all this stuff. And now we've got a clear lagoon for our little crocodilian friend here. Animation and the texture on that scaling is incredible. So yeah, they will zoom on to one of our new monkeys. And just the eye animation, fur, look at that. Really, really cool. Look at their little hands, imprint on the ground. Really cool enclosure here as well. Look, like if you look up there to the far, like where the people are walking, they've got, like, they can walk underneath the little platform as well. They've got their little mister out there. Really, really awesome. They have the climbing structures. This is kind of them showing some of the different habitat pieces, all the craziness that we'll be building in this. Who knows? I mean, on day 1, who knows what we're going to come up with on this. And they actually plop a couple down here in a second. Really, really cool. Like I said, I'm excited for just casual players too to get in here and take a look at this, because you guys know I'm going to do the crazy stuff. But one of the things that in this game that I am really, really excited for is just like us. Remember, like we were the RCT3 people. We, played RCT3 to death for 10 years, mods. Shy Guys World Depot, getting different mods, and remember the joy we felt when Planet Coaster come out. Now put yourself in the shoes of the Zoo Tycoon 2 community. It's like now they've got their gap is being filled, and just, I mean, my God, look at all this right here. I am going to act an absolute fool with all of this. I mean, look at all this stuff I'm going to have at my disposal here. I would plop this right now into the Planet Coaster Safari Park if I could. I mean, that is just incredible. Coming down this little alleyway here. Look at like the little elephant banners, all the different colors, these gables here, the different support structures, all kinds of little posters and little trolleys and little carts, flour sacks. Look at all of this. Like, I am just thinking, look at the quilts hanging up there. They've got an awesome tree sticking out of the top of those buildings right there. Hanging pots with the little flame coming out of it. This is my kind of like just my bread and butter right here. I cannot wait to get in here and show you all what I'm going to do with this stuff. Got the brought in, it looks like they got the same little security camera from Planet Coaster. Really, really cool angle on that path right there. That's kind of unplanko-like, but that is pretty neat. Look how wide that is here. It's kind of interesting. And we're kind of almost wrapping up here, guys. I just kind of wanted to look at that sun flare for the win. Engine, they've just done an incredible job with whatever this new version is of the Cobra engine. Remember, this is the same engine that they developed Planet Coaster with. It's just a newer version, more upgraded version than what was being built with that probably 2013, 2014. Remember, Planet Coaster come out in 2016, so that was probably a 2013, 2014, kind of version of the engine, where the one that they're building with this is probably the start of the 2016 version, 2017. I believe they said they've been developing this for two and a half years. So, I mean, that's another thing that goes to show you, like, imagine what they're doing now. Like, if this looks this good and they've been using this version for 2 years, imagine what the game that's being developed in 2019, like, let's just say they're developing a Planet Coaster 2, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Imagine what that is looking like with the engine that they're using. Weather, all the new lighting packages. So yeah, really, really neat stuff. Really, really fun frontier future to look forward to. And here they're kind of wrapping up with their little tigers here. Really cool glass kind of pyramid structures here too. Really, really awesome just on those animations. Kind of like the tiger temple here. Then of course the Bactrian camel. I know Rudy was very pleased with everything today, especially with that kind of like cheeky, almost unnoticed reveal. And then kind of cleaning up here, they kind of show the tiger just going to town on this little pumpkin here. And let's see, they put in a little scratch and post, little enrichment item. And I think there's a little baby tiger. I think they're getting ready to give us a couple little closing panning shots. Awesome bamboo back there. See that bamboo back there? Stacked cattails. Look at those cattails. That's the first time I've noticed that. I've watched this like 7 times today, and I just now noticed those cattails. That is going to be awesome for your swamp, marshland type builds. And yeah, guys, I think this is one of my favorite showcases yet. This whole Indian kind of temple vibe. That concept art, as they just went kind of crazy with it. Really, really awesome. And but like I said, thank you guys for stopping by and letting me ramble on about this. And like I said, to jump in a little more detail, hit Jonty and those guys up, hit Best in Slot, Rudy, Delady, all of those guys. They will definitely go into more detail with you than I typically do. I'm kind of like just the ooh and ah. I just can't wait to get in here and actually design things for you guys. So, but yeah, like I said, I'll go ahead and jump on out of here. Let me know your thoughts down below. As always, thank you for stopping by and giving me a little bit of your day and hanging out with me. And yeah, guys, I will catch you in the next video. Thank you. See ya.